Important note: the following reports should be read in their entirety in order to obtain the needed factual context. One must first have to understand this. 1. Trump warns America is in calm before the storm as a links between Las Vegas shooter and CIA grow and Russian mafia link to Las Vegas massacre confirmed as Stephen Paddock accomplice captured and Russia identifies Las Vegas shooter as CIA arms pilot as Israel probes stolen weapons flight to Nevada and horrific pyramid sacrifice massacre in Las Vegas warned as chilling message to Trump. Important note: Russian intelligence agencies label CIA false flag events using ritualistic names such as pyramid sacrifice for the Las Vegas massacre, the tower sacrifice for the 9/11 attacks, the king sacrifice for the murder of President John F. Kennedy, and the child sacrifice for the killing of nearly 100 children in Waco, Texas, just to name a few. October 7, 2017. Las Vegas massacre witness kills self and daughter after FBI raid as missing piglets search continues. A grim new Foreign Intelligence Service SVR report circulating in the Kremlin today regarding the pyramid sacrifice massacre in Las Vegas states that less than 24 hours after his home was raided by the FBI, a major witness to this horrific event took his severely disabled daughter out of his home into its backyard where he executed her before turning the gun on himself and blowing off his head off while at the same time. The investigation into this massacre is being hampered due to the FBI's continuing, and very bizarre, massive search for two piglets named Ethel and Lucy. Note: some words and/or phrases appearing in quotes in this report are English language approximations of Russian words, phrases having no exact counterpart. According to this report, upon the FBI searching the Mandalay Bay hotel room used by CIA gunrunner Stephen Paddock, a cell phone charger was discovered that had no accompanying phone, with SVR technology experts noting that this type of charger is used to charge a CP502520 3.0-volt 600 mAh Li-2 non-rechargeable thin-cell battery used in various communication devices by both U.S. Special Forces and CIA forces. The company making this unique lithium battery, this report details, is Ultralife Corporation, based in Newark, New York, that specializes in military communications systems for the Pentagon and whose lead engineer for this particular communication systems development was John Beilman. Listing himself as a product design and manufacturing professional, this report continues, John Beilman was employed by Ultralife Corporation between 2007 to 2012, where he worked on various top-secret communications systems for the U.S. military. Thereafter, his leaving to become a top engineer at the General Motors research facility located in Rochester, New York. Fearing that Ultralife Corporation had been secretly funneling their U.S. military communications systems to the CIA, this report notes, this past Tuesday, 3 October, the FBI raided the home of John Beilman under a secret U.S. federal court warrant, and that caused Beilman, less than 12 hours later, during the early morning hours of Wednesday, 4 October, to will out his severely disabled daughter Nicole into his home's backyard where she was executed, with Beilman then killing himself too, and that was followed 48 hours later, 6 October, by the Pentagon awarding Ultralife Corporation new contracts valued at over $49 million. The CIA, this report further notes, has long been known to eliminate witnesses to their murder-sacrifice false flag operations, and that includes the hundreds of witnesses mysteriously killed following the 9/11 tower sacrifice, and the, likewise, hundreds of witnesses mysteriously dying following the King's sacrifice murder of President John F. Kennedy, and that London's Sunday Times reported that the odds against these witnesses being dead by February 1967 were 100,000 trillion to 1. As to why the FBI didn't protect, or at the very least put under 24-hour surveillance, John Beilman following their raid on his home, this report astonishingly explains, is due to this American domestic intelligence experiencing a manpower shortage in their Las Vegas massacre investigation, and that is due to the FBI devoting substantial resources to a multi-state hunt for two baby piglets that the Bureau believes are named Lucy and Ethel and who were rescued from a brutal factory farm by an American animal rights group named Direct Action Everywhere. Note: link shows the rescue of Lucy and Ethel, but is very hard to watch. While the FBI has lost one of their major witnesses to the Las Vegas massacre with the suiciding of John Bileman, and their nationwide search for piglets Ethel and Lucy remains unstoppable, this report continues. The CIA, meanwhile, continues its narrative fixing for their pyramid sacrifice, and whose latest attempt involved former Trump campaign official James Brower, yesterday, tweeting out that a video existed showing Stephen Paddock pledging his life to ISIS, with Brower stating in his tweets, "There is a video. This video will prove the motive. Motive will be pretty shocking. I won't say much, but it will definitely change a lot of things going forward. I'm being told the video basically speaks about a network. The reason the video more than likely is never released is because they believe it will trigger the cells he speaks of. They believe he was inspired by ISIS." With this absurd claim of Stephen Paddock being an ISIS operative further said to be confirmed by a White House source, too. This report continues, SVR intelligence analysts have identified this source as being the highly mysterious National Security Council's senior director for intelligence programs named Ezra Cohen Watnook, whom it was said no one could fire but whom, nevertheless, was successfully purged from the White House and replaced by former CIA veteran Michael Berry. Michael Berry, this report details, is a complete mystery to most Americans, with one article stating a former intelligence official told Politico on Friday that he knows for a fact that Berry had served in the CIA but whom is well known to the SVR since his 1980 deep cover appearance as a special envoy to the Paris-based International Federation of the Human Rights, where he propagandized the use by the then Soviet military of napalm in Afghanistan. The importance of noting longtime CIA deep cover operative Michael Berry as it pertains to the Pyramid Sacrifice massacre in Las Vegas, this report explains, is due to him becoming enraged this past week when rogue elements within the CIA attempted to assassinate John Kiriakou, who is the former CIA deep cover operative barbarically prosecuted by the Obama regime for his releasing facts relating the CIA's illegal torture of prisoners. Not just Michael Berry was angered by the CIA's attempted assassination of John Kiriakou, either, this report continues, but President Trump too, and whom immediately after this failed assassination attempt, and for the first time in American history, ordered his Department of Justice to settle the ACLU's lawsuit against the CIA's torture psychologists in the landmark case named Salem v. Mitchell. With the elite deep state power structure in the U.S. having imposed World War II-era foreign agents designation on Russia media to keep the true facts of the CIA's Pyramid Sacrifice massacre from being known to the American people, such as evidence proving that Stephen Paddock checked into his Mandalay Bay hotel room on 25 September. Not 28 September. This report continues. President Trump's closest true media figures are valiantly trying to keep the truth flowing, such as Ann Coulter noting on Fox News yesterday. Now that's what I find most interesting, the media seems strangely reluctant to pursue this. They've decided he's a white man. We got our story. Don't look for any other facts. To the greatest danger now facing the American people, though, this report concludes, is their continued ignorance of how deadly this war between President Trump and the rogue deep state elements within the CIA actually is. But that cannot be said against Trump himself, who just 48 hours ago warned this period now is the calm before the storm, and that his press secretary, Sarah Sanders, affirmed just 24 hours later by her stating that Trump's warning words were extremely serious, with her providing no further details but whose most vital and unspoken truth lies in the hundreds of bloodied bodies, and thousands of shattered lives left behind in Las Vegas, and that Trump will, most assuredly, Avenge.